Good afternoon, McLean. I'm Gabe.
And I'm Katie. How are you doing, Gabe?
Well, I wish we didn't have finals next week.
Me too, but if it means getting into summer, then I can manage. Let's get one step closer to summer by getting into today's news.
Seniors, make sure to turn in your Chromebooks and chargers. You can turn them into the Tech Center this week. Also, make sure to pay any dues you have left in order to pick up your cap and gown for graduation. These can be picked up at the first graduation practice tomorrow morning from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. This Friday, seniors will have HIP presentations, convocations, and the senior barbecue. The second graduation practice is on June 2nd, leading up to the big event, graduation at the DAR on June 3rd at 2:30 p.m. Now let's go to Henry and Eva with sports.
Hey McLean, I'm Eva.
And I'm Henry.
And we're here with your sports.
Tonight, baseball faces Centerville in the regional quarterfinal, and softball takes on Chantilly in their regional quarterfinal.
Tomorrow night, boys soccer has their regional quarterfinals versus South Lakes.
That's it for sports.
Now back to your anchors.
Thanks, Henry and Eva. Due to testing, we are no longer able to make the PA announcement to remind teachers to tune in for the news show. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can get an alert every time we go live. To thank our loyal viewers, we're hosting a special contest. All teachers have to do is submit a photo of their class watching the WMHS news show at the link below to win donuts for the whole class. We will hold the drawing at the end of the week, so you still have time to get those entries in.
McLean High School Sports Physical Night is coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, May 28th, from 5:30 to 8 p.m. All students who plan to play a sport next school year can come and get a physical done for $50. Fill out the form in Dr. Riley's Monday message to register. Fall sports trials start on August 4th, so this is a great way to start getting prepared for next year. Now let's go to Julie with some ripe fun facts.
Hello Highlanders, I'm Julie with your fun facts. Today is National Grape Day. Did you know that grapes are actually berries? Also, there are 8,000 different varieties of grapes. Did you know the Spanish explorers introduced grapes to America about 300 years ago? That's all for today. Now back to your anchors.
Those fun facts were great. Hey Katie, how many men do you think it would take to defeat one gorilla?
I don't know, gorillas are pretty tough.
Let's go see what other Highlanders think.
You're talking about like all 100 at one time?
It's not even a question.
Like people or?
Well, first of all, the strength factor. In the animal intimidation, you find me 100 men, find me 10 men that would be willing to attack the gorilla first. They would be ripped to shreds. And then the 90 behind them will be disheartened and they'll run away.
Well, I mean, hopefully you would hope that 100 men could outsmart them, but I think gorillas are really strong. So I don't know. It all depends on what type of 100 men you have, and do they have weapons and everything else?
100 men. Gorilla's not doing nothing. Like, if you could coordinate 100 men, the gorilla's not doing anything. Gorillas are like this tall, 500 pounds. 100 men can move 500 pounds pretty easily. A gorilla's not the whole.
I think the gorilla might actually be scared, you know? So like, the gorilla's, you know, not so smart. So I think if we're not running the 1v1s and like, we are just like, you know, jump the gorilla, you know, we'll be fine.
But also, like, what type of men are we talking about? Like, just like random 100 men, or like?
Put the entire NFL roster as a starting lineup.
I think the 100 men would definitely win this because, I mean, like, one gorilla, like, they're pretty strong, but the 100 men would definitely win.
Now, if it was, you take 100 men who have to spend a life in prison, and they say, well, if you beat the gorilla, then you'll get out. Maybe then you would get 100 guys that would be willing to do it. But once I see that first person's head come off, it's over.
All at once? I feel like the men would win because there's like 100 men and like one gorilla, and like, yeah, like gorillas are stronger, but like I feel like men would win.
I still this was tough for Officer Davis. I can't give you a definition that 100 Officer Davises versus one gorilla. I don't know, because they can just literally take you and rip you apart. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with I'm in the middle.
3, 2, 1.
Well, I think 100 Gabes could easily defeat a gorilla, maybe even 10. Hey Akshay, will the weather this week make us go bananas?
It will absolutely go bananas, Gabe. Rain continues throughout the week with a roller coaster of temperatures. It is currently 70 outside, with rain and wind making it colder. Then it drops down to the low 60s on Wednesday, then drops all the way back up to high 70s at the end of the week. Additionally, we may even see some thunderstorm conditions on Saturday. Personally, I have no clue how to dress for this week's weather. Stay dry and comfortable, Highlanders. Now back to your anchors.
Thanks, Akshay. That's all for today's show.
You can submit announcements for the next news show at the link below. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our Instagram for up-to-date news and announcements. Have a tasteful Tuesday, McLean.